Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, as once again we are going to be combining ahead of the weekend some build-up and some Barça news, because here today we're going to be talking about the very latest on transfers, on La Liga, on Raphinha and again on Kimmich. I know, I'm surprised too, but we are also going to be talking about Saturday's clash at the Camp Nou against Real Sociedad, which is a big game because it's set to be again another big celebration of this La Liga title. We're going to be talking about all of that today, so sit back, relax and enjoy. And let's do this. Because indeed, guys, the La Liga celebrations very much continued right throughout this week, really. There's been so many nice moments here, really appreciating what the team have done this season. And last night, indeed, there on Thursday, Barça players, the coaching staff, and indeed members of the Barça board all gathered together for a special dinner to celebrate the La Liga title. We could call it there the Dinner of Champions. And you can see here each of the Barça players having their picture taken alongside of the trophy before we lift it in full this weekend. And there are 15 Barça players in this squad who are celebrating their very first league title. So really special moments there, and you can also see Joan Laporta and Xavi sitting down together, looking pretty happy, pretty satisfied with their work this season, and I think that's very, very much justified. But what I did think was really, really interesting now as we look ahead to the summer, the big work, the hard work that's to come in this transfer window, I want to really put some emphasis here on what Gerard Romero said about these months to come, because he claims that this summer is going to be even more lively, even more than last summer. And I mean, that for me is a huge statement, because you all remember what happened last summer. It was absolutely crazy. From one day to the next, it was a roller coaster, backwards and forwards. The transfer situations that we were seeing were off the scale, and to say now it's going to be more lively this summer, I mean, I don't think my heart can take that. I don't think I'm quite ready for what's about to happen. But of course, we're going to try right here, guys. We are. But to be honest, that roller coaster ride may have already started today, because all week long, and over the past 2 weeks actually, all we've heard is that today, Friday the 19th of May, would be the day that La Liga officially announced their verdict on Barca's viability plan ahead of the summer. All of our transfer plans, La Liga are going to tell us, look, you can go ahead and do that. That's your plan. It's all okay to proceed. And this wasn't just rumours either, because Barca's economic vice president actually confirmed that yes, on the 19th of May, we will get a decision from La Liga. That is confirmed. That will happen. But here we are today, guys, and it hasn't happened. And why am I not surprised? Because right now it's being said that actually that decision's not going to arrive at Barca until next week now, the middle of next week. We're still waiting for La Liga to tell us, to give us the go-ahead on that viability plan. Now, at this point, I just want to say, I want to make it very, very clear, there's no suggestion that anything is wrong. There's no feeling here as though this delay is anything bad or sinister when it comes to Barca's transfer plans. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's simply a case here of La Liga not really being that organised, not really being in such a hurry either to let us know their verdict. So the wait goes on for La Liga, middle of next week now. Big surprise here today. But I do want to talk about Raphinha, because I'm fully expecting, to be honest, his future to be a huge topic this summer, because we already know there is significant interest from the Premier League in him, and for very, very big money too. Raphinha is going to be at the centre of a lot of these transfer rumours. But I thought it was really interesting this morning. Javi Miguel, a very reliable journalist in the Catalan media, of course, and he says that Xavi has already told the club, don't sell Raphinha. Do not let him go this summer. Xavi has been really clear, apparently, in saying, I would like to have Raphinha in my squad for next season, which is huge. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that Raphinha 100% is going to stay. The board could choose to go above Xavi there. They could take that decision out of his hands in so many ways, but that is a big, big confidence boost there for Raphinha. The fact that Xavi, apparently, he really wants to keep him in his team. And if Xavi does want to do that, you'd think the board would try and accommodate those wishes. But what I would say is, we can't keep everyone. You know, according to that viability plan that Barça sent La Liga, there has to be some significant sales. We are going to have to let some players go this summer in order to do the business that we want to do. So if that's not Raphinha, then you have to be looking at Ansu Fati, for example, which in itself provides a whole different situation, given that he doesn't really want to leave. And then you also got the kind of situation that involves Ferran Torres, whereby I think Xavi would let him go. I think the club would be more than happy to part ways with him, but again, Ferran might not want to go out the door this summer. So already you're starting to see the decisions that need to take place here. Raphinha is going to be a big one, but apparently Xavi is very much on the side of keeping him if we can do that. Because now we have to move on to the man in question right now. I want to talk about Kimmich. Again, I want to talk about this man because the rumours haven't gone away. Now, honestly, guys, when I first spoke about this a few days ago, I expected it to be the kind of rumour that you hear, you get excited about, you think that would be incredible, that would be a dream, and then we never hear it again. But that hasn't happened, because over these past few days now, I wouldn't say these rumours are catching fire, but I would say they're persisting. Because we have heard plenty of reports right now that say Barca would love to sign Kimmich. They know that it would be very difficult, the deal would be a very tough one to complete, but Barca do not believe it's impossible to do. And I've even heard rumours there that say Barca believe they could actually sign him for around 80 million euros this summer. And it's also being said there, could they include a player to bring that fee down? Desta's been mentioned, Nico Gonzalez, Ferran, Ansu Fati have all been discussed in the media. But I just want to say here, off the back of a rumour like that, where you're talking about 80 million for Kimmich from Bayern, where you're talking about putting a player in exchange to bring the transfer fee down, I can't stress this enough, guys. We are talking about Bayern. We're talking about Bayern Munich. This is not just a random club here we're trying to take one of their best players from. This is Bayern, one of their key players in their squad, somebody they don't want to lose. And I just think it's such a difficult situation because I know that a lot of people will say, but last summer we got Robert Lewandowski from Bayern. We were able to take, again, what was such a key player and bring him to Barca. But don't forget the part that Lewandowski himself played in those negotiations there. He forced his way out of Bayern. He went on strike from training. He made his intentions public in terms of wanting to leave the club. And there's no doubt about it, it got very, very ugly in the process. And don't forget also, guys, even after all of that, Bayern still got 50 million from us there for a player who was in the final year of his contract and approaching 34 years old. And I just think with Kimmich, it's a very different kind of situation. It's a player there in his prime years, a player that Bayern will not want to let go under any circumstances. And is he really going to force his way out? Is that desire to leave so strong as Lewandowski's was? And I just think right now, although the rumours, they are exciting, you want us to be linked with Kimmich. You would love us to be able to get him and partner him with Gundogan. That's the rumour that we've been hearing. It would be great. But like I said earlier in the week, I don't believe here that it's this summer that we'll be focusing on him. Next summer, it might be different. If Kimmich wants to leave, if he's not going to extend his contract, if next summer he's walking into the final 12 months of his deal, then you can go to Bayern and you can say, okay, has that stance changed now? Would you like some money for Kimmich before you maybe lose him for free? And then things could be different. But this summer right now, they're in a strong position. They will not sell to Barca. And it would be such an expensive operation that we don't really have the facilities for this summer. What we do have the facilities for, though, is a title party. And that is what we are getting on Saturday at the Spotify camp now, as the La Liga trophy will be presented to this team. And that is going to be an amazing occasion there after the game on Saturday. Busquets will lift the trophy, his final one, of course, as a Barcelona player and our captain. And the players then will stay on the pitch for celebrations, this time in front of our own fans. That's going to be a much nicer occasion, I'm sure. And it's going to be interesting to see, though, what happens in the game. Because obviously, on the face of it now, it's not a competitive one from Barca's point of view. We've done everything we needed to do. Will we see some rotation from Xavi? There's rumours there that Gavi could finally get some rest. He's played so many games this season. And also maybe Araujo might have some rest, given that he's battled back so many times from injury problems throughout this campaign. And there are a few things to look out for, I feel. Number one would be Eric Garcia. Is he going going to play in this game? Is he going to be tried again and trialled as that pivot? Are we going to see that in the final games at all? Pablo Torre, he is desperate right now for some minutes. Are we going to see him in midfield? And also ahead of next season, these are going to be big games for Pablo Torre to find out what the plan for him is, with a loan right now looking very, very likely. And also Ansu Fati. These are massive final games of the season for him. Like I say, his future is under the microscope right now. We don't know what's going to happen with him next season. And will he play in this game on Saturday at home against Real Sociedad? I hope that we can still win, of course. I hope that we can put on a performance there that's worthy of a title-winning team to then go and lift the trophy. Real Sociedad also are going to give us a guard of honour. It should be a special night. It should be a weekend again of celebration, and that's what it's all been for. The hard work, week in, week out, the consistency. This team have earned it, and it has been a tremendous league season that we can celebrate. But please do let me know, guys, in the comments down below today what you've made of all of these news topics. They're ranging from La Liga, putting that decision back. What do you make as well of the Raphinha rumours right now? There's rumours as well linking us to Kimmich. Do let me know all of those thoughts in the comments down below and your predictions ahead of Saturday's game. I will see you right here on the channel for the match review, when we will again be celebrating together. I'm looking forward to that one, and thank you indeed for all of your fantastic support. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.